It's One More and I'm Out of Here podcast coming to you from the One More and I'm Out of Here studio. Happy New Year. It is New Year's Eve, and we are, what are we, a little over 7 hours until the 2025 is no more.
That is true.
How about that?
Happy New Year's Eve.
Happy
Dano.
New Year's Eve.
Pappas is not with us tonight. He is, I believe, in the tundra of the north. I saw a Facebook picture with his snowmobiles out. And so he said he was cooking, which we know that that's a lie because, well, Pappas doesn't do anything around the house.
What does he cook? Have you ever known him to cook anything?
Sausage smothered in underwear. That's the only thing he cooks. That would be my guess anyway.
All right.
Hey, by the way, Dano, I believe, and I meant to tell you this before he went on air, and I won't be able to pull it now, but I believe that this will be our 299th
oh my God
audio version of this podcast.
Well, we did start with audio,
so we will start the new year off at the round number of 300
podcasts.
It's amazing.
300 total podcasts for One More and I'm Out of Here.
That's amazing. Cheers to you.
Cheers,
sir.
I guess that's a big milestone.
And to our charter member Rob Herking. Cheers to him. We got this thing going, and here we are.
Would have never happened without Herking. That's a fact.
299 shows. So I thought you might find that amusing.
That's
time flies when you're having fun.
It's a big number.
Time flies when you're having fun.
I know.
I don't know how many YouTube lives we have, but it's definitely not 300 because we did audio for probably a year before we even went video. But we've got a bunch out there, so make sure everybody goes tell their friends to subscribe. And
are they all available?
All available,
like all the way back to the first one.
Yeah,
is it really?
Absolutely.
How about that?
It's all on the interwebs, Dan. It's all on the YouTubes.
New mayor gets sworn in New York on New Year's Day. The incoming mayor will use a Quran that belonged to his grandfather, as well as another copy of the Islamic holy book that he was once owned by the late Christian Afro-Puerto Rican historian.
I thought you were going to say
Arturo Alfonso Schomburg. And then I think there's another one. So he's gonna use 3 different Qurans to swear in on. That's fantastic.
Is that a normal thing to use?
I know Keith Ellison did it when he swore in. When he was a member of Congress, and then he became the Attorney General in Minnesota. How's everything working out in Minnesota these days?
Ask Nick Shirley.
Jesus,
you want to talk about a viral sensation and we're going to cover this, and we covered it before, but I mean, obviously it's still there. He's gotten like over 1,000 death threats. Did you see that?
Oh yeah.
So I don't know if you follow Officer Tatum. He has a podcast. I can't remember where he was a police officer. Very, very popular. I guess he sent some of his dudes to go throw a security detail on that Nick Shirley guy, which I thought was very cool.
It's probably a good idea because the guy's doing a great job. He is doing the job that regular media. And here's the thing. So many people on the left want to act like, this is old news, that it's not accurate, that we shouldn't be paying any attention to this dude. It's true. The story's been around since at least 2015.
Mm-hmm.
There was a local TV station that covered this, and they actually had video of one of the daycare centers showing how, like, parents will go in with a kid and come out with a kid a few minutes later. And then there was video of envelopes being exchanged in the hallway because these parents were apparently getting kickbacks for, saying that their kids were there when the kids weren't actually there. So it's not just child care, but it's also
healthcare.
The healthcare. That is actually of the Nick Shirley videos.
Our buddies in the chat saying it's all been debunked, but I've seen that it's debunked, but I've also seen that it's been proven. So okay.
It has not been debunked.
We can agree.
The Trump administration cut off sending money to these child kids. And look, I don't know about you, but when my kid was little, we had our kids in childcare, and we paid out the ass for childcare.
Yeah, it's not
cheap. We paid it's like college tuition. I'm really not exaggerating. Back in the 90s,
my mom did daycare out of her house. Like I grew up with that. So like I saw what these parents, and it was in-home child care.
But is that the only way child care happens now, is if the government pays for it?
Well, that's what everybody thinks.
Yeah.
Oh, the government should be. You should pay for my kid to have care while I'm at work.
No, I paid for my own kid to have child care.
I know, exactly. Because you're a sensible human being most of the time.
And it wasn't cheap.
No.
It was, God, what was it? It was almost like $400 a week. And you think about that, it was like, $1,400 a month. It was more than my mortgage payment. I remember at that time, we were paying more for our kids to go to these daycare centers.
You realize,
or the daycare center that we used one.
Realize how much money you could have saved
by not having kids?
No, have the kids. You have great kids. I love all your kids. But CPS says you can put a kid in a cage for 12 hours as long as they have water and newspapers underneath them. So you had 12 hours that you didn't have to pay for childcare. Just put them in a cage.
Wow. Why didn't I think of that?
Yes, CPS. I'll go fact check that.
All right,
but I'm pretty sure I made that up right now.
But it's not just the daycare. You got the feeding our future was the first part of this scandal that broke, and there's already been dozens of people convicted of this. And Pam Bondi came out the other day and said, "Look, there's been, I think, 90 convictions on this already, and out of that 90, 80 of them are Somalians." So when you got 90% Somalians, don't give me this debunk stuff about how people are looking at this the wrong way. So you got the feeding our future scandal, you got the housing scandal that was supposed to housing that was supposed to help people who are poor or elderly or veterans, stuff like that, people who are recovering from drug addiction. Stuff like that.
Tyler just said, how much money I'd save not having a wife. We're actually going to get into that. We actually have something. We have something with that. So that's funny that you brought that up.
Yeah, kind of funny. Very funny, I think.
Not trying to cut you off, Dano, but
please,
I know how much of a Grinch you are. As far as, like you said, Christmas is over. It's done.
I'm done with it.
Move on.
Let's move on. Yes.
Well, Joe Billy 007 found actually closed circuit TV of you in your house on Christmas Day.
Oh,
and it's absolutely amazing, and it shows that you do have a heart.
Okay, all right,
absolutely amazing.
You have to do a better check of the house. Make sure you get rid of these cameras. There we go.
Oh, there's Dana.
Look, I got a gift.
Look how happy he is. Look at how happy Dana is.
It's amazing what a gift can do for somebody.
That's right.
What is that, like a giant box of bagels? What is that?
A bunch of bananas, fruit.
Okay, I see.
Look how happy he is. He just, See, I knew you had it in you.
Nobody better come and try and steal that box.
I knew you had it in you. Jill was like, "Hey, I found a video of Dan." So we bust Pappas's balls off.
Do a little dance whenever I get a gift. That is awesome.
But yeah, holidays are over. Here we are on New Year's Eve, which to me it's fucking crazy. 25 is already over.
It goes fast, man.
It totally does.
It's unbelievable. Unbelievable how fast it goes.
So we were talking about Minnesota. Let me pull this story up. And just to kind of get Cincy 513's New Year started off right. This article states state officials and daycare manager push back on viral video fraud allegations in Minnesota. So I've seen where it was debunked, but then I also saw where it was actually reconfirmed on multiple sources. But Minnesota officials and a daycare manager denied fraud allegations Monday after a viral video questioned state-funded child care centers, with both sides disputing claims that the facility was closed or improperly collecting taxpayer money. Why would anybody honestly admit it, though? When you're in that big of a scheme, right? Oh, yep, you got me. No, they're going to fucking deny it.
Well, of course they're
going to deny it. They're going to push back, right? So the allegations stem from a viral video posted by independent journalist Nick Shirley, who we've talked about, shows visits to several Minnesota daycare facilities, including Quality Learning Center in Minneapolis, which was Leering Center, which appeared inactive during the visit despite receiving state child care assistance fund. So out of the article, some of the things that I've seen was, they visited during out of operating hours.
Yeah.
He was there in the middle of the fucking day.
It was 5:00 in the evening, I think.
And daycare centers don't shut down like schools do during holiday break or whatever. Those most of the facilities that you could drive down Beachmont and look at all the daycare facilities.
Yeah, there's one right up the street from my house.
Yeah, so they're still functioning. But at a news conference Monday, Minnesota Department of Children, Youth, and Families Commissioner Tiki Brown said prior inspections of the centers did not uncover fraud, and the regulators are conducting additional unannounced visits to review concerns raised by the video. They didn't find anything because they're getting fucking paid. They're all getting paid.
Yeah.
They're all in on the fucking take. We are aware of a video that's being circulated that has gained local and national attention about child care centers in Minnesota, Brown said. While we have questions about some of the methods that were used in the video, we do take the concerns that the video raises about fraud very seriously. What tactics were used? They went and knocked on a fucking door. They weren't sneaky.
Yeah, and then I've seen on CNN where they've got like people talking about this. Well, that's not what real journalists do. It has been so long since the media in this country has done any real journalism. They're really no longer familiar, and they really shouldn't be calling balls and strikes on what real journalists do.
Right.
I mean, I find that hilarious.
And we talk about it, and because you are in media, I kind of bust your balls a little bit because you have all these podcasts. You've got guys like Nick Shirley and whatever. Watching our local news is fucking garbage because you have misspellings, which to me is just a quirk of my own. You have people that are editors that are looking at this. How are you putting a chyron on the bottom where it doesn't spell the right word or whatever? So you've got this daycare center, Leering Learning Center or Leering Center, Quality Leering Center. But yeah, I mean, the way the journalism has been, and especially since podcasts have started going out and people start fact checking their own shit instead of just listening to what's on that TV and being spoon fed. Here's what you need to believe.
Now, every once in a while, local TV, local journalists will do a piece that's really good, really important, and when that happens, I give them credit for that. And I talk about, this is the kind of thing that they should be doing every once in a while. CNN will do a legitimate piece of newsworthy journalism. Same thing for CBS. Every once in a while, NBC stumbles into something, and I give them credit for that. Mm-hmm. But by and large, the vast majority of the time, they're taking the easy way out. They're not, they're not covering all their bases. They are omitting facts. For instance, the Minnesota fraud story, the vast majority of the American people still have no idea this is going on because they get their news from the mainstream media. Mm-hmm. NBC did a piece about it, but ABC, CBS, they refuse to talk about it. The New York Times is, I think, the only thing that the New York Times put out was a piece trying to debunk the whole thing. And that's where some people like to get their information. So, no, the people of this country are very poorly served by the media in this country.
You remember, I don't know if it was last show or the show before, where we showed the compilation of Tim Walz saying that, if you're defrauding the people, you need to go to jail. And it was like multiple times while he was running for vice president, multiple videos where he said that.
Yeah.
And he's in fucking
all
charge.
Kinds of violent rhetoric.
He's one of many that are in charge of this shit. That's your state. So since he turned it into right and left, which as we knew he would, so I pulled this article too. Biden era rental assistance included payments to dead tenants and non-citizens.
Oh, how about that?
The new HUD report reveals, which I found that amusing as well. A report by the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development recently revealed billions in taxpayer funds that went to, quote, questionable rental assistance recipients under former President Joe Biden. The recipients included approximately 30,000 deceased tenants and thousands of potential non-citizens. Now they throw the potential in there, so I get that. So there's a little bit of grace in your writing, and that's according to a copy of the HUD's agency financial report for fiscal year 2025, and that was obtained by the New York Post. HUD officials told the Post that a large concentration of funds went to New York, California, Washington D.C., with deceased recipients getting funds in all 50 states. The department conducted an automation that compared a U.S. Treasury database to HUD's records. The process uncovered 30,054 deceased tenants who were either actively enrolled in rental assistance programs or had received assistance after they passed, according to HUD's report. The department found the possibly problematic payments through its own internal financial review and analytics, according to the report. So it's been going on for years. We know that. I mean, it's every presidency. I get it. I understand. There's politicians are not on the up and up, not all of them. So we deal with that. But that's where you have these fact checkers that are trying to go and get to the bottom of it. Because if I were to go do a FOIA request, they're only going to give me what they want to give me, unless I am super detailed in exactly what I want. But if I don't know,
it's a game. It's a game. Even though the spirit of the law, the FOIA law, is intended to make government information public and let people request that information. They play a game that unless you are very specific in what it is you request, well, you didn't request that, and they can drag their feet and drag it out. We are uncovering so much of this. When Doge was going on, all the USAID stuff, and then there are still people out there trying to claim that all these lives were lost because all the USAID stuff was stopping. That's a bunch of crap. But every time you turn around, every single program has just so much fraud attached to it.
Yeah,
and we're getting ripped off right and left. And there's no appetite in Washington to look at it in a meaningful way, to deal with it in a meaningful way. You got all these different inspector generals, all these different agencies reporting on the fraud, waste, and abuse, and no one wants to do anything about it. There's a new report from the National Center for Emergency Analytics finds that 90% of subsidies for energy sector in 2025 went to renewable energy. And the bottom line on renewables is windmills, solar powers, solar panels, that kind of stuff. It doesn't work. It doesn't work on the scale that you need it to work for it to be a serious source of power. So the expenditures for the green new energy stuff come out to where's the number on this? Let's see, $57.9 billion in 2025 for electric vehicles, energy efficient equipment, money that subsidizes renewable energy, all that kind of stuff. So people talk about, the oil companies, they get subsidies too, which I would, and you know what? I agree. I don't think oil companies need money from the federal government either. In fiscal 2025, those expenditures came to $2.6 billion. So absolute chump change compared to the almost $60 billion that went to green energy. So I mean, and again, it's all complete fraud. The green energy stuff doesn't work. And just think, if Kamala Harris was still president, this exact same amount of money would be pushed out the door. And probably even double or triple that will be pushed out the door the next year and the year after that and the year after that.
Yeah, absolutely. So our buddy Sitzy said, "Damn, were you equally outraged about Rick Scott's fraud, or is it just some cases of fraud?"
Who's Rick Scott?
Let's go. Let's go.
Who's Rick Scott? Do you know who Rick Scott is?
I know the name, but I didn't follow his fraud.
What's his fraud?
That's what I want. I want Cincy wants to spark a debate, so I like it.
Is this the guy? Is it this? Is not the former Florida governor? Is it?
I don't know if he was or not.
It's in Congress now. Is that Rick Scott? Am I thinking of somebody else?
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. What
I don't know. Okay,
we'll see what old Cincy.
Congratulations, Five. Well, you stumped me on that one. I don't know who Rick Scott is off the top of my head.
I know the name. I just can't fucking place it. And literally, like, when we get ready for this podcast, like I'm pulling so many fucking things. Oh, holy shit. You seriously don't know. So educate us, Cincy. Educate us. Please do.
Am I supposed to know who Rick Scott is?
Apparently, according to him. According to Cincy.
And what his fraud is, if he defrauded the government in some way, then yeah, I'm outraged about that. And I want him perp walked.
Yeah, he was. I remember he was a senator. I just can't remember where. Oh,
okay, yeah, that is the former governor.
Former governor.
What was his fraud?
And I'm not familiar with it.
Neither am I.
I'm going to straight up tell you, I'm not familiar.
Was this a national story? Was it a big story?
Well, apparently to Cincy it was.
All right.
Let's see. We're, like I said, we're all over the place because it's New Year's Eve and we're welcoming in the new year. We're going to love Cincy a little bit more in 2026, I promise. But I have my fingers crossed. We'll see. I have my fingers crossed.
All right.
You sent me a couple funny videos. Let's go to these. Let's lighten it up a little bit. What do you think?
Well, you're running the show.
No, we run the show.
Yeah, you're running. You're over there. You make things. See, I can't make things appear on the. We got the big screen TV up there. I can't make things appear from my humble computer here. I can't make it. You've got the board over there. You got that computer's dialed in.
There's a lot of shit going on.
What about the video of Elise Slotkin?
Oh, you want to go there first?
Yeah, let's talk about what an idiot she is.
All right, hold on. Wait. I was going with a different one, but
so let's not forget that this is the gal that she was one of the leaders of those members of Congress that put out the video talking about Trump and you know, if you're a member of the military, you don't have to follow illegal orders. You know, sort of trying to, you know, plant this seed that somehow Trump is out there giving illegal orders.
Following that Mark Kelly bullshit.
And then when she was asked point blank, well, what illegal orders are you talking about? You know, she sounded like Porky Pig.
Because they could not define that it was an illegal order. Yeah, fucking stupid. I'm glad you sent me this one, though. I hadn't seen it, and when I watched it today, I was like, oh, yeah, you're a fucking idiot.
But now here she is again attacking Trump, and I guess this is at a, you know, it looks like she's probably back in her district.
She's in a fucking nursing home.
Oh, this is a nursing home?
Well, I don't know. Watch as the video rolls.
All right.
It's a fucking nursing home.
Has done nothing but make you poorer and sicker since the minute he took office. That healthcare story that we're going through right now
that are old
starts with Donald Trump, who understands that if the government helps people get healthcare, he doesn't get the tax breaks that he wants. He realized it wasn't popular, right? The grassroots, groups like yours, rose up in 2018 and said, you're not going to take our protections for people with pre-existing conditions. He ran on lowering your costs, right? He said, I'm going to put more money in your pocket. This man has done nothing but make you poorer and sicker since the minute he took office. And in July, he signed a bill, the big, beautiful bill. It cut Medicaid significantly, and starting this November 1st, slashed a bunch of subsidies for Obamacare. If the hospitals are going to see 20 patients, and now only 10 of them have health care, right? And they're going to have to eat the costs of everyone coming into the ER. They're going to make up their costs by charging more to everyone with insurance. And then those healthcare companies are going to turn around and give you a notice. Some of you may have already received it this year that says, we regret to inform you, and October is the month that they should be informing people. We regret to inform you that you are going to be paying more for your private insurance. And I'm talking 10 to 20% more. We put out a call in my office. We said, have you received one of these notices? Send it to us. We got 400 responses in 18 hours, okay? 400 letters. people who own small businesses who says they just raised my premiums $460 per month. I can't afford insurance for my 7 employees anymore. So this is not someone else's cut healthcare. He has precipitated a healthcare crisis in America like we have not seen in a very long time.
Are you I mean,
she ought to be ashamed of herself. I mean, she really ought to be ashamed of herself. And when she talked about Trump running on lowering your prices, he didn't run on that. Obama ran on that. Obama said, you like your health care, you keep your health care, we're going to save the average American family $2,500 a year. All this bullshit. You like your doctor, you keep your doctor. That was Obama. That wasn't Trump. She's talking about the Affordable Care Act, and anyone that paid attention during that debate knows damn well that people like me and people like Pappas and people who were involved in the debate were talking about, if you pass this thing, the prices are going to skyrocket, the healthcare coverage is going to suck, and they're going to wind up talking about how the government needs to be the single provider of healthcare in this country. That was always the end goal. So she's talking, I mean, and shame on her. And you know, they pulled the camera back there a little bit, so it looked like she was talking to mostly an audience of senior citizens.
Yeah, and we're going to scare you. We're going to scare
That's
you.
exactly what she's doing.
Because healthcare is a big fucking deal.
And then she said Trump slashed the subsidies for Obamacare. Well, if Obamacare is so great, why does it need all these subsidies? You know, if Obamacare is going to bend down, and I remember this phrase, we're going to bend the cost curve. You know, we're going to bend it. We're going to bend the cost curve, and it's going to cost a lot less. Well, everyone knew that was complete crap, and even the people who were behind,
but you had to get
Obamacare knew it was bullshit, and that was their job. Was how do we sell this to the American people?
Mm-hmm.
And you know, of course, they didn't have to sell it because every Democrat who was in and I don't know if Slotkin was in Congress or not when Obamacare was passed, but if she was, she would have voted for it. So it is the Democrats who brought us to the brink of where we are right now when it comes to Obamacare and the cost of Obamacare and everyone paying these outrageous premiums. The premiums have always been that much. The end user doesn't see it because the government is picking up whatever percentage of that premium that they're picking up right now.
Yeah.
And it's a big number.
But yeah, I find it amusing.
She's a fucking clown and an idiot. I mean, she really is.
Yeah. And that's why I said, like, when I watched it, I was like, she's literally, like, I could picture the nurse, like a nursing home that whoever that politician would be, whether it's here, wherever, they're going to grab those people because I know they're going to get votes because, hey, I'm supporting you. But if I'm going to scare the shit out of you about, well, look at how much your health care is going up. And a lot of them hit that age where Medicare kicks in and we take care of our people, but there's a certain way to do it. And when Obama says, you know, with the whole Obamacare thing where you had to get it, you had to have something, you were backed into a corner. And Trump's looking at it like, no, there are different fucking avenues to this. It's not just one way or the highway.
Yeah. And she's now a favorite of and I was reading earlier today that MSNBC, which calls itself MS Now.
Oh yeah, I saw
that their ratings went down like another 35 or 40%.
I call it M Snow.
And so, I mean, you know, she's a favorite on MSNBC. She's a favorite on CNN. All the leftist news channels love having her on. You'll see her on PBS because she's honing her craft to be able to go out and attack Trump. And anyone that can go out and attack Trump like that and recite the talking points the way she does, well, she's a big star right now. And just, I mean, she really is an absolute disgrace. She's a disgrace to Congress. She's a disgrace to decency. She's a disgrace to the truth. Because everything that she just said right there is how can you possibly sit there and then talk about Trump and say, this guy has done nothing? How can you possibly, even if you hate Trump, this guy works his ass off and he is doing stuff all the time. And she just wants to act like, well, Trump is just up there trying to make his rich friends rich. What absolute garbage.
Sorry, I'm in the middle of
I know.
a text feud.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Well, I mean, and since he brings up, and I don't disagree in the fact he goes, it was the largest Medicare fraud case in U.S. history, Jason. He even put my name in there. $6 billion, I believe. I can't remember exact figures, but he's not Somali or a Democrat. I don't give a fuck, and that's what I put in here. I don't care who's stealing, whether it's a Republican, Democrat. Half these motherfuckers, the Somalis that are grabbing the news, aren't supposed to fucking be here.
Illegal aliens.
I don't care who is fucking stealing. If they're stealing, they need to fucking go away. And Tim Walz fucking runs that state and should have had a finger on the fucking pulse. That's all we're saying. Yes, we're grabbing on to Nick Shirley because obviously it's hitting the fucking news. It's hitting a news cycle. Why would we not cover it? You're a fucking moron, dude. Sorry.
There you go.
My rant is over.
Well, and there's all kinds of whistleblowers coming out now saying, look, we told Tim Walz about this back in the day. And he didn't do jack shit. So doesn't do anything. You know, you want to talk about someone who doesn't do anything, you got to be talking about Tim Walz.
No doubt. Well, let's play this video.
Do you want to see this now?
Which one? Or do you want to wait?
I want to see that. I like the dude. This dude's fuck around and find out.
Oh yeah, the fuck around.
We love to fuck around and find out. Did you watch this one earlier?
I did.
Do you want to set it up?
So, well, here's the thing, ladies and gents. Going into 2026, you should really comply with law enforcement's orders, no matter what.
It's not complicated.
No matter what happens.
Do what they tell you to do.
Figure it out. Have your day in court, whatever. But when you are just fucking belligerent and start getting handsy, some things are going to happen. And I'm friends with a lot of cops. Your son being a cop, you get in my space, it's not going to end well for you, one way or another. And we see this, and there's a bunch of TikTok channels that I follow, that bunch of copper stuff. And there's nothing that I enjoy more than watching somebody get tased. I could watch that shit for 23 hours.
You can relate to it. You've been tased.
I have been tased before.
Yes, you have.
And it is not it's not pleasant. And when you know that what may come about and you potentially are going to ride the lightning, you learn that. So if you just keep your fucking mouth shut, what I tell you to do. But this really is a great video. I giggled my ass off today, Dan. That was awesome.
I love it. Male Karen, they call this guy.
Male Karen meets karma after threatening multiple officers. And this is only part one. You only sent me the part one.
Oh.
But it's beautiful.
Well, to my way of thinking, it gets pretty good at the end there.
It's totally good. All right, so here we go.
I'm telling you to go over there right now. You're being trespassed.
For what?
They just told me to trespass you. You're
For what?
Trespassed. Exactly what you're doing right now, causing a disturbance. Now,
And I respect that.
All right, now let's
Don't
go
put hands on me, or you're going to.
over there now. You need to stop.
You better get like
Looks
3 of
Bill
you.
McAdams.
I'm not going to need 3.
hair.
Trust me. So let's go.
You will. Come on.
No. There, let's go. Come on. Go
I'm
over the
asking
car.
you to be nice.
I am being nice.
I'm
Now
going to
get
put you
over the
down.
car.
You'll never get up. You'll never.
Taser. Get over there.
What? Let's
Get over
validate.
there now.
Let's
Get over there
validate.
now.
Don't
Stop.
I'll take you.
Right now, you're going to get tased. Get over there now. You're going to get tased. Let go of me now. You're committing a felony now. Get over. Stop.
Listen to him screaming like a bitch. You saw that barb right in his leg there too.
And he smoked him again. He gave him another fucking 5-second ride. It's
don't tell a cop I'm going to put you down and you're not going to get up.
right.
That is not a smart thing to say. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're an MMA guy. I mean, I don't care.
You're not beating the voltage.
No,
You're not beating the voltage. I promise you. You're not beating the voltage. You're not beating the bullet, and you're not beating the radio. Like if you were to run and they call it out, you're not beating a radio signal.
the guy's an
You
idiot.
fucking moron. But literally this morning, like,
How much you want to bet that guy votes for Democrats?
oh, Well, he might live with Cincy 513, I think. Maybe. It might be his roommate. Go check on him, Cincy. Just make sure he has a good New Year.
So in California, they've got this idiotic idea where they want to put a 5% wealth tax on all the billionaires that live in California. And I mean, they are hurting for money so bad there because, I mean, their spending is completely out of control. Trump is cutting them off. He's cutting off all the money that went for the high-speed rail. And now California is, well, we can fund it ourselves. Well, you know, good luck with that. And one of the things they want to do is a 5% wealth tax on billionaires. And so people, you know, there's a lot of billionaires in California who are getting the hell out because they don't want any part of it. And they're trying now to make it retroactive to where even if you leave, they're still going to hit you with that tax. So Bernie Sanders,
as Jill would say, I'll find you.
So Bernie Sanders
way or another.
put this out the other day. And here's what Bernie Sanders writes. And again, this is your socialist Democrat leadership at work.
Free college for everybody, remember?
At a time of, this is Bernie Sanders writing. The headline is, yes, we need a wealth tax on billionaires. Here we go. Bernie Sanders. At a time of unprecedented and growing wealth and income inequality, I strongly support the grassroots effort in California to impose a 5% wealth tax on 200 billionaires worth $2 trillion. This initiative would provide the necessary funding to prevent over 3 million working-class Californians from losing the health care they currently have as a result of Trump's so-called big, beautiful bill. This is a model that should be emulated throughout the country, which is why I will soon be introducing a national tax on billionaires, a national wealth tax on billionaires. We can and we should respect innovation, entrepreneurship, and risk-taking, but we cannot respect the extraordinary level of greed, arrogance, and irresponsibility that is currently being displayed by much of the billionaire class.
Sons of bitches.
Yeah, what business is it of Bernie Sanders?
Right.
If billionaires have a level of greed, if they have a level of arrogance, if they have a level of irresponsibility, what business is that of Bernie Sanders to suggest that these character traits or these displays of what they are, or what they do, makes them worthy of being taxed 5% of their wealth? And for a lot of people who are so-called billionaires, they are really only billionaires on paper.
Right.
And especially when you look at a lot of the Silicon Valley
they got money.
And these high-tech companies, you know, they may be in charge of a company or own stock in a company that is valued on paper at, you know, north of $1 billion or $2 billion or $10 billion or $20 billion. But that doesn't mean that they're sitting in a room full of cash stacked floor to ceiling with $20 billion.
Like Scrooge McDuck from DuckTales.
That's not what that means. And I'm you know, and I saw an article that was written about this a week or so ago. And I'm no expert in high finance. I mean, God knows I will never live in that world. But the idea that California is going to come along and say, look, Mr. Kiefer, you got Kiefer Co. over there. You make these chips, or you've got a podcast that is, you know, valued at you know, $20 billion. You owe us 5% of that. You don't have that kind of cash sitting around.
No.
You may pay yourself a salary of 150 or 200 grand a year.
Well,
but that doesn't mean you've got, you know, 5% of $20 billion sitting around where you can write a check to the government for that.
Now I'll throw a little caveat to your point. I mostly agree, but most of these people who are these billionaire, trillionaires, whatever, and have all this money, they're smart with it and they hide it.
Sure.
So on paper, yeah, Kiefer Co. is valued at this, and yeah, I'm sitting on, I got 250,000 in my bank account. I've got money somewhere else. And it's illegally put somewhere. That's what all these motherfuckers do. They put it offshore bank accounts, whatever, to where they're not paying taxes on it. So, like, well, I agree with you, but these guys are smart and they know how to do it. Am I mad at them? I don't know, because like you said, I'm never going to swim in that fucking sea.
I know, but how do you get to the point?
But how are you going to chase somebody?
Because because you got elected to office, how does that put you in a position where you can sit there and say, you know what, that rich person there needs to give me some more money. That rich person there needs to give us some more money. We need to take more money from that rich person there. How do you? Where do you get off thinking that way?
Well, and
that you are the ones who are going to decide how much should come out of the pockets of not just super rich individuals, but anyone. Bernie Sanders is a multimillionaire,
mm-hmm.
and he got rich, feeding at the government trough.
And you remember the joke,
campaign donations into his own money, and
you remember the joke when he was running out, like where he wanted to do free college, and the big joke was, "All right, Bernie, are you going to pay for all these kids? Are you going to pay for it? Oh, everybody gets free college." On paper, does the idea look great? Sure, it does. You would want you wouldn't want to have to fucking pay for your kid to go to college. On paper, it looks good, but it's just not fucking plausible. It's not reasonable. And you have, and again, Bernie Sanders. Who are you to tell anybody what to fucking do? You've been a failed politician most of his fucking life.
And don't make it sound like because he's so smart or something that he knows better what to do with this money than these irresponsible billionaires. How do you on one hand be so irresponsible and then on the other hand be able to manage to become a billionaire?
Yeah, and look at all the actors.
I really don't. I pretty much wouldn't use the word irresponsible in the same sentence with talking about how someone became a billionaire. I don't think irresponsible really figures into that part of the equation.
Well, our friend Britt, posted in the chats, 2 major gas companies left California. Look at all the actors that are, fucking multimillionaires, maybe billionaires, whoever, are all leaving California. Joe Rogan left California, went to Texas, and a lot of them are moving to Texas or moving anywhere. And there's a reason. There's a reason, because fucking Gavin Newsom is a fucking idiot. And Bernie Sanders is trying to fold himself in. And with you bringing that story up, Gavin's going to try to make a run. And I bet Bernie's trying to fucking be with him.
What? Not as a vice president.
Somewhere in his fucking cabinet.
Maybe.
That's just, it's just a guess, but it's just funny that he's coming out right now and saying all this shit. Where, Bernie Sanders.
Well, anytime Bernie Sanders sees a way to extract more money from the American people, he's going to jump all over that.
But he wanted to give your kids free college, damn.
Probably gives them a Woody when he's sitting at home and like, 5% tax. I can bust a nut to that one.
Nicely played, sir. Nicely played. I'm trying to see what else we got. What I have tabbed.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. We got one of Pappas's
Pappas girlfriend,
ex-boyfriends.
Making a
just follow it. You'll see. It's not the woman in the very beginning. It's not one of his ex-girlfriends, but Pappas hung out with this guy. I think I don't have 100%. Oh shit, gotta say it.
Okay,
said it. Got to drink it. I don't have concrete evidence, but I'm pretty sure.
So I decided to become a woman.
Transgender lawmaker in the United States has now pled guilty to multiple counts of child pornography, shocking leftists and literally no one else. Stacey Marie Lawton, born Barry Lawton, was elected twice to the New Hampshire House as a Democrat. He pled guilty last week to multiple counts of possessing child abuse materials.
Fucking 5
Text messages show that he and his partner, 40-year-old Lindsay Groves, fantasized about abusing kids. Groves sent him at least 4 sexually explicit pictures of children between the ages of 3 and 5, all taken at the daycare where Groves worked between May of 2022 and June of 2023. In the texts, Loughton even told Groves how she should physically abuse the children in her care. This guy was a state representative in New Hampshire from 2020 to 2022, and he was texting his girlfriend how to sexually assault children. And we're all supposed to sit here pretending to be shocked that a dude with a cross-dressing fetish would do such a thing. Or maybe gender confusion is a sign that something is deeply unwell about a person, and we have got to stop pretending otherwise. The first,
Yeah, good point.
It was a very, very good
Creepy
point.
ass,
It's
creepy
fucking
ass
gross.
son of a bitch.
It's gross, and obviously we don't condone what happened, but you have fucking weirdos like that.
Yeah, but we're all supposed to pretend like it's all hunky dory and great, and you know we need these people to come into the schools and read to our kids and all that bullshit. God, I'm so sick of that.
But I mean, isn't it ironic that you have the left that just you can do what you want, you can just go ahead and change, and you can do whatever. And she brought it up like there's something there's a wire that's not connected somewhere, and especially when can you imagine being locked in their fucking basement?
Oh.
What do you think that house? Like when I saw those pictures, I could smell
Silence of the Lamb.
I could smell it. I could smell what that basement would be like.
Oh,
I could smell it. Rotten cheese,
cheese mold,
rotten cheese,
cat piss.
cats, cat piss, regrets. And that motherfucker had a 5 head, not a 4 head. Jesus Christ,
that's horrific.
And those are the ones that walk among us. By the way,
What's the story with this dude right here? This is one I don't know about.
That's I only grabbed it like I don't know much about it, but I just found it funny. Let's see, right? Yeah. For the audio listeners on the screen, it's a mug shot of a guy that looks like he doesn't give a shit. To be honest with you. He just got kind of like a perp walk look. Like, fuck it, whatever. So it reads, a man reportedly woke up to a burglar touching his genitals and urinating on him after he forgot to lock the door. And in quotes, like, apparently this is
the perp right here? This
Yeah.
is the perp. This is not the guy who was.
This is the pisser, not the pissy. And apparently this fucking dude just looked over and was like, I know you. I saw it. I had to fucking pull it.
Did he say he left the door unlocked?
Yeah. So like the homeowner left his door locked. So he fucked up. I get it. But this dude was fondling his genitals and then pissed on him.
Oh, for God's sake.
So it's as if it's not bad enough that your shit's going to get robbed. Your wallet, maybe your guns, maybe whatever you got hanging on the wall.
Was there a robbery or was just this particular activity?
He's a burglar. He said he was going in to steal shit. But he found dude laying in bed and just said, "Oh, you know what? I'm gonna take a gander at that. Let me lift these sheets up. Oh wait, I have to piss too.
Take a leak on his junk.
What the fuck?"
I do. There are some things I will never understand.
There's some things you'll never unsee either.
Okay. Oh, this is a good one. This is a good one. The title on this is what Washington politicians pretending they're doing something.
Yeah, members of Congress pretending to do something.
Yeah, this is great. I love this.
After this, we'll do our ad read and then we'll close it out. But
I know this is pretty funny. Stopping the train.
Yep. Doing the Lord's work right there.
Opening the door.
It's a subway train. There's just some random dude stopping the train and then opening the
He's
door.
got the yellow work vest on. I love that.
And then he gives her a good push. Members of Congress acting like they are doing something.
Oh my God!
I don't know where. I know you got it on X, but that's fucking amazing.
That's funny though.
Who posted that?
I don't know who posted it, but it's funny. And of course,
Kelly McCarty. I don't know who that is.
It's all a gag because he knows he's being videoed. So,
we're playing it a couple times.
Stop the train. Open the door.
He's like magic. It's almost like these people are going to Hogwarts.
He closes it. It's a train of good push.
All right,
you go.
Next round coming up. No, that one was good.
But that is so many politicians, not just in Washington, but anywhere you go, acting like they're doing something when in fact they ain't doing shit.
Yeah,
that's hilarious.
Let's give a happy new year to Murphy Engraving.
Hi everyone, Dan Carroll here. Time to tell you about a great new sponsor for the One More and I'm Out of Here podcast. It's Murphy Engraving. Murphy Engraving is the place to go for your business, industrial, and personal engraving needs. Take a look at the Murphy Engraving page on Facebook, and you're going to see all kinds of unique items that really seem to take on a life of their own because they've been customized with an image, a name, or a logo, and all of it just really beautifully done. The acrylic sports awards that light up are especially creative and very cool. The customized bottles of bourbon, those are my personal favorite. And wait till you see what they can do with items that are made out of wood. The next time you want to recognize someone special or you're looking for that one-of-a-kind gift, you'll be glad you checked out Murphy Engraving. And a bonus, you're supporting a local family-owned business run by brothers Brian and Kevin, who is a lifetime firefighter and Air Force vet. At Murphy Engraving, they turn the ordinary into the extraordinary, and at Murphy Engraving, we are American-made.
There you have it. Kevin Murphy, friend of the show. We love him.
Good stuff right there.
I haven't talked to him. I need to shoot him a text. I haven't talked to him a little bit. He actually has a dip can for William McAdams.
Well, there you go.
So I gotta get that. Bill keeps asking me. I keep forgetting.
You seen that car he's driving around?
Oh, the little one?
Yeah.
the little truck?
Yeah, with the driver's side on the wrong side and the steering wheel on the wrong side.
That's amazing.
That's hilarious.
I want to drive it one time.
How does he squeeze into that? He's a big boy.
He is a big.
How does
dude.
he squeeze into that thing?
Because no idea.
That the car he's driving around is about as big as this desk we're sitting at.
Right.
It ain't much bigger.
So I found actually I think Jill Billy sent this to me. And I had seen it, but I didn't grab it before one of our other podcasts when we were talking about all the narco boats getting
love
shot
it.
out of
Blow
the
them out of the water. They're up to 30 now.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
See ya.
Let's make New Year's even better. Let's make it 40.
You think at some point they're gonna these narco dudes are gonna get with the notion that maybe driving these boats is not a good idea anymore?
You want me to drive this boat from here to there? Okay, yeah. That seems like it'll track. Yeah, I'll do that. No,
They don't have really good union representation there.
no, they're stupid.
No, they
But
don't, no.
but it's funny because Schumer went fucking blitz fire on how shitty it is what we're doing and it's illegal. But it's ironic that this video is out there.
This in front of me, this is the Maritime Drug Law Enforcement Act of 1986, authored by a member of Congress in 1986 from the state of New York. His name, Chuck Schumer. He wrote the law that passed almost unanimously that makes it legal to blow drug boats out of the water. It happened in the 80s a lot, in the 90s a lot. Go ahead, look it up, folks. Chuck Schumer, the author of this bill that made what we're doing with Venezuelan drug boats fully legal. We don't need permission from the rest of the world. Chuck Schumer gave us that in 1986.
So how soon we forget what we did as a lawmaker, as a representative, as a senator, how soon we forget. And then he wants to get on his little fucking pulpit and bash Trump for what's happening. But yet he was all for it then, but now all of a sudden, why? Why is he not? And that's a question I pose to you, because why? Why the change of heart?
It's amazing. If you go back, there are all kinds of Chuck Schumer videos out there because he's been around for so long. But he gave one of the greatest speeches I've ever seen about illegal aliens coming into the country. And Obama did the same thing. And so did Bill Clinton during one of his State of the Union addresses, where they used the term illegal aliens, how these people, and Joe Biden did too, about how we can't have all these illegal aliens coming into the country, that they take jobs away from especially some of the most vulnerable Americans who are on the lower end of the pay scale and who really need those jobs. And I mean, and they make a very impassioned and a very they sound a lot like Trump. It sounds like Trump is stealing from them almost when he talks about the scourge of illegals coming into this country and how we can't afford it, how they take over the schools, how we can't afford it when it comes to medical care and hospitalization. We shouldn't let these people have driver's licenses. Shouldn't let them vote and all this stuff. I mean, they talk about all that kind of stuff. So it's whatever political, it's like Rush Limbaugh used to say, they will take a well-moistened finger and place it in the air to see which way the wind is blowing. And that is the way that Democrats will go.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what the issue is.
All right, we'll end it on this. This is funny. I don't know if anybody follows Jim Jeffries or not, but Dan sent this to me, and I love Jim Jeffries. He's coming to Cincinnati here soon. I'm trying to get tickets. Love his shit. I liked him more when he was drinking. Like he'd be hammered on fucking stage, but his stories were amazing. But he's cleaned up a little bit, but he's still funny as hell. And just for the record, any man that laughs at this, or if you're watching this with your wife and you laugh at it, you will.
It might be a price to pay.
You will not have a good New Year's Eve. I can promise you that. But it's still fucking amusing.
It's hilarious.
The highest rate of divorce are lesbians. By a mile. Lesbian marriages have the highest rate of divorce in the world. The second level of divorce is heterosexuals. The lowest level of divorce is gay married men. Now, let me mansplain to you what's just happened. The lesbians find it very hard to stay married because there are two women involved. Heterosexual marriages aren't without their complications because there is still one woman involved. Did you know the word gay means happy?
Happy.
With good reason. Because there are no women involved.
That is the greatest take on gay marriage I have ever seen. That is so funny.
And it's fair across the board. For the dudes at least.
Gay means happy. For good reason.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I had seen that, and
that is hilarious.
I can't remember what special that was, but I love Jim Jeffries. He is absolutely amazing.
That's the guy's name?
Yeah, Jim Jeffries.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
He's got a great story about.
That's a fantastic bit.
His brother had MS, and they take him to a fucking brothel in Australia, and it's the greatest fucking skit ever. I'll send it to you.
Have you been to one of his shows?
No, I haven't seen him live yet.
Okay.
He had one here a couple of years ago and then canceled it for whatever. It was right during the fucking Wuhan bullshit. So shit got canceled and whatever. But got my money back, but never got to see him. But I think he's coming here soon. But we want to wish everybody a happy new year. We appreciate you guys, supporting us through 2025 and be, before that. But we're hoping for a big 2026. I think we've got some good things on the table coming up. So, Dano, I hope you have a great new year.
I'm looking forward to it. I think we're just going to go out and have a nice dinner, watch a little Ohio State.
Let's go Buckeyes.
Who they playing? Miami?
Hurricanes.
Miami Hurricanes.
Let's go Buckeyes.
It's funny. I was looking at that, and I saw they're playing Miami. I'm thinking they're playing the Miami Redhawks. I'm like, it doesn't seem very fair. You talk about an easy draw.
No doubt. No.
I mean, I'm not disparaging Miami Redhawks, but I mean, come on.
University of Miami.
Yeah.
Hurricanes.
The Hurricanes, the U.
The U.
All right. We'll see what happens.
But let's go Buckeyes, and we'll let you know when we're going live here in the new year.
Happy New Year, everyone.
And we will record our 300th in 2026.
Oh, maybe I'll get a tuxedo or something.
tuxedo t-shirts for everybody.
There you go.
I'll get on Amazon as soon as we get out. Appreciate you guys. Have a great
I don't
holiday.
even have a tuxedo.
Be safe. And we love you guys.